Hi, this is Deacon Larry, and this is Renewed. Welcome back to Renewed. My colleague Kelly is not here with us today, but she posed a question that we might address. And that is, why is Advent the beginning of the liturgical year? It does seem odd that we begin our calendar year on January 1st, and here in November, we begin the liturgical year. The Catechism of the Catholic Church describes the liturgical year as our continuous celebration of the mystery of Christ from the Incarnation to Pentecost, and from Pentecost to the second coming, as it were, the kingship of Christ on the Feast of Christ the King. So Advent for us is that turn in our minds to the beginning of Christ's earthly existence, to the time in which he will be born on Christmas Day. There's sort of a natural alignment between the coming of winter and the darkening of the day and the season of Advent. It's a time when we're in darkness awaiting the light. We're awaiting the coming of that one who is the light of the world, as we will say on Epiphany. Advent started very much in the early life of the church. In the 3rd, 4th century, there were the early celebrations of this season as a penitential season. In fact, by the 1100s or so, very often in monasteries, there would be a Advent Lent, as it were, and a Lenten Lent, a season of fast in Advent and a season of fast in Lent. It was a penitential time, a time in which we recognize our need for God, our need for Christ, that as sinners, we need the incarnation for Christ to come and free us from sin and bring us directly into the friendship and love and glory of God. The season of Advent, though, starts in an interesting way. The first 2 Sundays focus on the second coming. We're always thinking about when will Christ come? We know the incarnation has already taken place, so Advent's not just a season of looking back to Christmas. It's a season that looks forward to the second coming of Christ. The last 2 weekends, the last 2 Sundays of Lent, then focus us towards the incarnation, towards the event of Christ's birth. So this entire season, we're focused on this mystery of Christ coming to us in the true God and true man in the person of Jesus Christ. So a question for us in the season of Advent is just like we begin the new year. When we turn the new year, we often are reflecting on how has my life been and what can I look forward to in the next year? The liturgical year should be no different. It should beg the question in each of us, in my heart, do I long for friendship with Christ? Do I long for the coming of Christ into my life? And do I look for his presence, knowing he is already here, and that indeed his promise is that he will come again? If we indeed do long for Christ in the Advent season, we will be renewed.
Please like, subscribe, or comment below.